Hello everyone, thanks for joining again. It's a hot day in New Jersey in June, and going to talk to you today about how to choose landscape lighting. So the first video in the whole landscape lighting series was about how to lay them out, how to come up with a plan on where you would put them. And now this video is how to choose them. So in the first video I talked about different types of lights. I'm going to go through that one more time in a little greater depth, talk about bulbs and color, temperature, those kinds of things. And we're going to leave wire and wire nuts and those types of things for the install video, which will be after this one. So there are many different types of landscape lights. You can get spotlights, down lights, well lights, path lights, deck lighting, step lighting, hardscape lighting, which would be maybe if you're lighting up things like your driveway. All these different specialty lights, smaller ones, little puck lights if you want to just barely illuminate a bush, for example. So all these different types of lights are available, but they're also available in various styles. So for the first thing is that there are a lot of solar lights being sold, especially in those big box stores. And if you're serious about your landscape lighting project, I do not recommend those lights. So my issue with those lights are it's never really bright enough. If you have a cloudy day, you might not have charged them properly. They'll die out at some point during the night. If you like to leave them on all night, you're never going to reach morning with those solar lights. And if you have some lights in some shady areas, those will be dim all the time. So they're also kind of, quite honestly, cheap, made cheaply and cheap looking. And they have that little solar panel on the top. I mean, not my thing. We've had them here for years, and they have poor stakes. They're always tipping over. Not really a serious way to do the landscape lighting, and they really only make them in certain types. But if that's what your budget is, then by all means do that. And a lot of this video still pertains to you. However, what I'm going to mostly talk about is 12 volt hardwired landscape lighting. And LED is what most of the choices are today, although you could still get halogen, for example. It's extremely hot, burns a lot of electricity, but LED is what you're looking at. And when it comes to that too, there's still a lot of different types, not just the styles that I talked about, like well lights versus spotlights, but you've got some where it's an all-enclosed unit and the bulb comes with it and it's inside the fixture, and if the bulb burns out, then you have to toss the fixture and buy a new fixture. Now there are also others where you buy the fixture, you choose the bulbs that you want, and there are various types of bulbs that could fit into your fixture to give you the look and feel or the beam that you and lumens that you want. So now you're really customizing each light. So when you're planning this out, you're thinking, okay, how much light do I need over here? How much light do I need over there? How bright am I going to illuminate this path in this section? And then you can choose the bulb that will fit what you're trying to do. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The other thing is you'll be able to choose your color temperature, and that's very important. People don't understand how important that is. So if you're going for that cozy, soft feel around your landscape and around your pathways and all of that, you'll want to look at the 2700 Kelvin temperature bulbs, and they all need to be. Once you start that, all of your lights should be the same color temperature. And it also means that you should be matching your front porch light to match that too, because it's all gonna kind of go together. So and I'm going to show you, we're going to take the camera, I'm going to show you a couple of my fixtures, the different types of bulbs that I have in there. That way you can understand that. So we're going to go take a look at some of the bulbs right now. I'm going to go over to this apple tree over here, and keep in mind you have all of these things are not buried yet, and the wires are exposed because I'm leaving them this way until we finish our how to install video, okay? But this is a well light, and this bulb that you see here, these are all bulbs that have two prongs, and they slip in straight in. And you'll see here it's got 20D, 60D, 40D. This is a dial that you could adjust the beam angle. It's either narrow or wide. So this one I have right now set to 60 because I want it wide, because I want to illuminate this tree as much as possible. But you know, I have a couple of other well lights in the front of where I'm illuminating the brick, where it's more narrow, because I just want to have a very narrow beam on the brick. Okay, so this is a bulb that I chose, 2700 Kelvin. I forget how many lumens this is, but I was choosing as much as I could get, the most lumens possible, because like I said, I am illuminating the whole tree. Right, here is a spotlight, and I have the same bulb in the spotlight to illuminate this big weeping cherry tree here. All right, and also this light fixture happens to have a shield that will either prevent you from seeing that beam from the street, or will narrow the scope a little bit, or the beam of the light. And so what I have it set for as low as possible, so you're not seeing the light from this direction, but to allow that light to also go this way and not be cut off by the shield. Okay, so again, I'm using that same bulb there, but there are other bulb choices. Once again, 2700 Kelvin on that one. Now I'm going to show you this too. This is a path light that we're using in here, and you have the ability to choose not only the bulb but the dome on the top. This one has a 9-inch spread it's a 9-inch diameter, which allows more light to cover the bushes here. And the path lights that we have over here by the walkways, it's a 7-inch, and it's going to keep the circumference of the light beam much tighter, so it's not illuminating everything, because otherwise then you may as well just have a spotlight and not have this architectural look that you get from the light beam. Okay, so while we're here, we're going to open one of these up and show you how easy this is to, well, it'd be nice if I can unscrew this. Just pre-loosened it here, and this is all easy to do. Okay, this comes off. You can swap these out, and then you unscrew this. And this is how you pop the bulb in and out. Okay, and this is a LED, 2700 Kelvin. I forget the lumens on this, but you can put whatever you want in here. Okay, and if this light happens to burn out, then you replace it, and you don't have to replace this whole fixture. This is a nice metal fixture, and you have sometimes color selections like a brass, or this is black. Okay, and it's that easy to make a swap if you need to. All right, so that's a quick overview of what you'll be looking at when it comes to decision time on choosing your lights. So now, like I said, you can go to the big box stores, you can shop in places like that and buy something off the shelf and bring them home and install them. And whatever you do, if you don't have landscape lights now, whatever you do will absolutely look better than having nothing. It's just going to come down to your budget, how long you're going to live in the house, what your goal is here. So I chose, the lights that I chose were from Volt, and Volt lighting you're not finding, I don't believe, in any of the big box stores. At least when I was shopping for lights, I didn't see them there. But I'm going to link to what I did get. I'll link to it down below in the description in Amazon, or you can buy direct on their website, but pricing is going to be similar. So now the reason I chose their product is because I had seen them before. I believe that the quality is extremely high, and a couple of electrician friends that install them on the weekends had shared their experiences with that brand as well. There are others too, Kichler. There's others you can get, but the other thing is that I liked being able to pick and choose the bulbs, the size of the path lighting lids or domes or whatever you want to call them, and also the other key point is that they have a lifetime warranty on the fixtures and the bulbs. So although you may pay a little bit more upfront for it, you will absolutely pay yourself back over time, especially if you're going to live in the house for a while, because things happen and something all of a sudden doesn't work, or you need a new bulb, and their customer service for me has been extremely a positive experience. Let's just put it that way. Now, where you could save money is when it comes to the wire, and I don't mean going cheap on what wire you use, because again, I'm going to address that in the next video, but where you find the wire and where you buy it and how you buy it, because that's a component of it, and also the wire caps for the install. So and if you follow what I'm going to tell you during the install video, you're going to save yourself money and time in wire, okay? So in how you run them. So if you follow that plan that I'm going to come up with for you, you'll save some money for yourself on the wire. But again, I'm going to link to these lights down below in the description. I'm going to tell you, you're going to laugh at this, but 2 years figuring this out. And maybe it's because I have a little OCD when it comes to making sure that I'm doing the right thing. But yeah, it wasn't until I laid it all out in Excel. I put a little diagram of the house and the flower beds, and I decided what was going to go where, and I plotted it. And once I started doing that, because all this information was just information overload, and once I started doing that, then it was all coming together for me, and it actually took me just a couple of days to figure it all out and what I was going to do. So hopefully this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please hit that like button for me. I'm going to be posting the how to install video next in the playlist, landscape lighting playlist, and then I'm also going to create a playlist for landscape itself, bushes, perennials, things like that, because I just recently went through a month by month process there as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.